From the unexpected to the unintelligible. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most awkward celebrity chat show interviews.
Well, now, let me get the story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that it's quite funny, really.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've taken a peek at some of TV's most toe-curling interviews, including chat show spots, variety show features, and segments on major news programs. All of today's entries involve either a British interviewer or British interviewee, or both, but we're not including any standalone investigative documentaries, as those are for another day.
Brace yourself, Megan. What do you do in Dublin?
I'm a nurse. I live here now, though. I moved
She's
here.
a nurse.
Oh, you poor thing. Why don't you help me?
Number 10, Richard Ayoade and Krishnan Guru-Murthy. Channel 4 News.
I mean, couldn't you get anyone else to come? Perhaps that would be the question.
Leave it to Richard Ayoade to completely deconstruct what an interview should be. An actor and director best known for playing the socially awkward IT technician Maurice Moss in the IT Crowd, here he proves how his real-life persona is comically close to his on-screen character.
I've given you my heart.
You are a rarity.
I'm 10 a penny.
In the entertainment industry right now.
I'm not in the entertainment industry. I don't entertain people. And no industry can be built on my nasal voice.
Sat down with Krishnan to promote his book in 2014, he continually turns the tables on him, leaving everyone bewildered by what they're hearing. But it's sheer brilliance to watch.
But Richard, thank you very much indeed for coming.
Don't thank me, I've done nothing for you.
Number 9, Helen Mirren and Stephen Colbert. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Helen Mirren is notorious for staging the occasional slip-up during live interviews, but she really caused a stir when she walked onto The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in 2016. The then 70-year-old dame waltzed out in front of a live studio audience and showed everyone exactly how much she admires her host.
If I didn't do it then, I'd never get to do it. So, I have been dreaming of doing that for about, 15 years.
A truly unexpected turn of events, it completely threw Colbert for a few flustered moments.
Wow, you know what you're doing. You really know what you're doing.
Number 8, Mark Wahlberg and Graham Norton. The Graham Norton Show.
What's going on
That's
here?
social. That's a social thing.
I don't drink.
No, it's a recipe for disaster.
Movie tough guy Mark Wahlberg appeared on The Graham Norton Show in 2013 on the promo trail for his film Broken City. Not unlike many guests on the show, it seemed that Mark had taken advantage of the free booze backstage, but Wahlberg might have had one whiskey more than most.
A discount women's clothing store called Crazy Sophie's Factory Outlet.
It smells so good.
We just feel sorry for poor Sarah Silverman, who tries to get through her anecdote, while the audience is clearly focused on Mark's antics with the host.
She steps right in my pea pajamas, and this is what, can you imagine?
You sit there. Listen to the nice lady.
Number 7, Meg Ryan and Michael Parkinson. Parkinson.
You did say that, yes,
Okay.
you did say that. Are you denying that you said that? I mean, it's not a...
No, it seems like something I'd say.
All right, fine.
Meg Ryan captured hearts with her eponymous role in When Harry Met Sally, playing one half of the funny and enigmatic leading couple. But when she sat with Parky in 2003, the on-screen chemistry was in no way comparable.
Well, I think you can certainly be an actor and not be a movie star.
Well, but you are a movie star.
Yes,
By choice.
seemingly.
So, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
And it seems that one that's not going to be resolved on this show.
Appearing to take an unusually intimidating stance, Parkinson seemed to be baiting Ryan, while she grew angrier and angrier. Despite famously faking an orgasm, she couldn't fake her feelings about this conversation.
In other words, if you were me, what would you do now?
Well, just wrap it up.
Number 6, David Blaine and Eamonn Holmes. GMTV.
And I was convinced that I was dead and she could no longer see me.
Back in the early 2000s, David Blaine made his name as a mysterious and enigmatic showman. From being buried alive for 7 days, to spending 63 hours in a block of ice, his stunts were unique. And so were his interviews, the most famous of which saw Eamonn Holmes ask the questions.
Of course, you're famous in this country as well for appearing in a car advert, doing tricks as well. Car tricks. Excellent.
Blaine stopped by GMTV in 2001 to give a series of nonsensical ramblings, rounded off with an all-seeing eye. Eamonn seemed confused, as was everyone else.
The eye in the hand. And what is that? What is the eye in the hand? Let's see that again.
Protection.
Protection. What does that mean?
Protection from death.
Number 5, Bruce Willis and The One Show. The One Show. The One Show has become quite infamous for its disjointed interviews, often squeezing A-list stars between unrelated investigative features on the state of our recycling bins or off-the-wall local initiatives.
So far they've said we've got loads of cars, we're old, we've got money burning a hole in our pocket.
Welcome back.
But when Hollywood hardman Bruce Willis stopped by, he seemed especially uncomfortable with the setup. Willis appeared listless and disinterested while promoting Die Hard 5 with hilarious results. Charlie Brooker sure went to town with his critique on the clip.
Bruce Willis seemed sort of humble about how good he knew the film was. Like he could hardly talk about it, it was so humble.
And it has that Die Hard oomph to it.
Number 4, Grace Jones and Russell Harty. The Russell Harty Show.
I'm overestimated.
By the world at large or by your public?
Known for her distinctive androgynous look and unique style, Grace Jones has demanded attention throughout her career, but never more so than here. Appearing as one of 3 guests on Russell's talk show in 1981, she reacted rather badly whenever the camera wasn't aimed at her.
Good evening to you.
Hello, Russell.
She says that she's just met you.
Don't turn your back to me.
Well,
He's got it.
she says.
With Russell trying and mostly failing to maintain order, Jones made sure that all eyes were firmly focused in her direction. And heaven help anyone who turned their back on her.
Don't go right now unless you really want to.
Well, don't turn your back on me anymore.
I can't look at you. Now, hold.
Number 3, Hugh Grant and Jay Leno. The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Let me start with question number 1. What the hell were you thinking?
Back in 1995, Hugh Grant was a global star after fronting 4 weddings and a funeral, and he and Liz Hurley were quite the golden couple. But when Grant was caught with a prostitute on Sunset Boulevard, that's when the fairy tale fell apart.
I think you know in life pretty much what's a good thing to do and what's a bad thing, and I did a bad thing, and there you have it.
Well, okay, yeah, I mean, that's...
Jay Leno hooked Hugh for his first interview after the incident and wasted no time testing Grant's gall. But the actor affably accepted all blame. The interview marked the first time Leno beat David Letterman's ratings, such was the global interest in the scandal.
That, although I've never been one to, blow my own trumpet, as they say, I think this is...
Number 2, David Cameron and Jonathan Ross. Friday Night with Jonathan Ross.
You spoke to, is it Dame Thatcher now we have? I think it's Dame Thatcher.
Lady Thatcher.
Lady Thatcher, I do apologise. She's gone up a step. It's like being upgraded on the plane, isn't it?
Jonathan Ross is no stranger to controversy. The presenter was still on the BBC when David Cameron dared to drop in, but Ross wasn't all that interested in politics. Instead, he takes a risque route for questioning and refuses to let up.
I put it to you, sir, that as a young man, you may have rejected the possibility, but I think you probably considered Margaret Thatcher in a carnal fashion.
Following the Thatcher-centric interview, some Tories called for Ross to be sacked, and Ofcom received hundreds of complaints. TV repeats of the episode were banned, but you can thank the internet for keeping this clip alive.
Did you or did you not ever have a wank thinking of Thatcher? You see, I'm like Paxman. You see the way I did that?
He didn't quite go that far. It was bad.
I apologise. That was very low.
Number 1, Nicolas Cage and Terry Wogan. Wogan. Nick Cage has always been one of Hollywood's most unpredictable personalities. He eats animals based on how they have sex, he once did magic mushrooms with his cat, and he named his youngest son Kal-El, a la Superman. And then there's this interview with Wogan.
You know, I'm sorry about that. I just had to get off my chest. You know, I was a bit wound up back there, so...
Were you? Worked up?
Well, I was just a little worked up.
Somersaulting onto the set and stripping off midway through the sit-down, Cage cuts a man on a mission. It's just no one's quite sure what that mission is. Most of his jokes fall flat, but does it really matter? He's clearly having the time of his life.
So I quit.
So you've quietened down, have you?
I'm much quieter.
Well, you are. You seem a quiet guy.
I'm very quiet. I'm quiet, bro.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.